person that is thrown around. Now, I have to ask, and I don't know, there's no proof of this, but the BMF member that was tied into the Jam Master Jay case,
Yeah.
because to my knowledge, he did not testify in the trial.
Right.
And the reason why he didn't testify was because he is somehow working with the feds.
Well, this particular person that you talked about, he didn't testify, and he's probably working with the feds. That could be possible. Anything's possible. People always think that, nah, this guy wouldn't snitch. He wouldn't talk. I was telling a friend of mine that the other day. I said, everybody talks. It all depends what kind of situation they get into, how much you have on them, and how deep they're in, and what they're looking at. You may find 1%, maybe 2% of people in these commit criminal activities don't snitch, because the government encourage you to snitch, and they could encourage you. I shouldn't use the word snitch. The word is to cooperate.
Cooperate. Yeah.
And that's what they use it. Cooperate. The streets go snitch. Snitch, right. Cooperate. But the government tells you that you're a cooperator. Could that be true? That could be true.
People believe this certain individual is a cooperator because he came out very early. Because he's out, you know, and he came out very early compared to what he was sentenced to.
Yeah, I mean, that could be, listen, and I'm going to say it to you straight up. I know how these cases work, so anything is pretty much possible. Right. You know, I had a guy years ago, right? He was a blood, and he was in the Bronx. And this guy was on the streets. He was very feared, you know, so I had a case with him. And he cooperated with me to help me out with certain things, but he was also in a dispute with another guy who was another big drug dealer in the street. And I never forget, I took him into the gang unit in Rikers, and I had to go into the cell, into the prison, inside, you know, the inner circle of the prison, right, where I walked inside the prison with him. And he said, Parker, you see, the guards even feel me here. Because the guards were like, hey man, what's up? Are you back? Like, they were very friendly to him. And he used to brag, say, you see, I'm not a pussy in here. People respect me. And they do. They did respect him. But I also told him, listen, I'm going to be straight with you. I tried to put him in witness protection and everything, and he didn't want to do it. He said, Derrick, I can't, man. He goes, I got to go back in the streets. The streets is my thing. I can't stay in a hotel or take some new identity. This is where I grew up. This is where I live in the Bronx. I'm going back. And I said to him, within a week, a month, you might be dead. Nah, man, this thing ain't going to get me. I said, I'm telling you, man, straight up, watch your back. Because the dude that you got beef with is pretty much on your level. And this dude is looking to get you. If you're coming to get him, he's coming to get you. And sure enough, he got killed a week later.
Wow.
He was killed a week later.
So the guards even feared him?
They feared him. He was that kind of guy in jail because, you know, it's respect too. You know, right, there's certain guys that you respect. You've seen the movies where the drug mogul goes into jail and the guards are like, yeah, man, he's cool. Like, give him a pillow, give him a blanket, give him extra milk.
They do his laundry.
Yeah. It happens, man. So, right, but he was that type of guy, and he was very, very feared, but he was very, very smart until the day of his death. He wasn't smart when I told him to move and to relocate. He didn't want to do that. Mm-hmm. But I understood it. I understood he's from the streets. This is his life. This is the way he's been brought up. This is the way he lived. He lived by violence, and he'll die by violence. That's how it was with him.
Live by the gun.
I'm a gangster, and I'm going to die the way I lived.
Live by the gun, die by the gun.
Right, exactly.